morning. So, basically since I've got here, I have desperately needed an outhouse. And I've been told by every single one of you that I need an outhouse, and I've been getting a lot of questions like, dude, where are you going to the bathroom? I go into town enough that it's usually not a problem. I can just stop at whatever store or gas station, or if I'm going to a friend's house, I can always go to the bathroom there, but it's not really convenient at all. And it would be much better to have something here that I can use. But it's kind of been one of those things that you think about it too much, and then it just, you put so many mental roadblocks like, I'll do it later, to the point where getting started actually sounds impossible. But lately, it's been seeming like a bigger and bigger problem as winter's setting in, and now that I finally want to get it done, the ground is mostly frozen. But I can't keep giving excuses forever. So today, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, let's finally get this done. It's kind of insane that I've been putting this off for actual months, but you know, better late than never. I'm gonna need to cut a whole bunch of lumber, so it's probably best to start out by bringing all my tools, generators, sawhorses, and things over to what will be our makeshift worksite. I know the ground is basically frozen solid, but I think I can figure out a workaround for that. You see, the generator exhaust has a lovely side effect of melting whatever snow is directly in front of it, so I figure I can kill two birds with one stone by using the generator to cut all my lumber while simultaneously using it to thaw out a little piece of ground for me to start digging. I mean, it won't thaw too deep into the ground, but it's a start, and start is all I need for now. You know, this is the first thing I've built since the cabin, and I've got to say, having spent the past few months working on it, it's really given me a ton of confidence in building in general. The process seemed so daunting at the beginning of the summer, but now the process of stick framing has burned so deeply into my brain that I whipped up this design in probably 5 or 6 minutes. I divided the lumber into two main piles, stuff that needs to be cut and stuff that can be put together as I build. I was kind of worried as to where I was going to start building, considering the snow everywhere, but it hit me that the sheets of OSB make as good a base as any, so I laid out my stuff, got organized, and started putting together the foundation. Once that was done, the generator had been on just about long enough that I could probably start digging the hole, but that idea didn't last long.
Are you kidding me? That's so stupid. Of all the things I expected to get in the way of this process, it wasn't this.
Anyway, it was getting dark. It was probably right around, I don't know, 2:30 maybe. It's kind of insane here. I'm not a big fan of it. But I finished out the day by laying out the pieces for the porch/floor area, as well as the pieces that'll make up the corner of the walls. The next morning I started by moving what I'd already built off the OSB, as today I'd start cutting that up and slapping it onto the foundation. But first I needed to put on these bracers and finish off the frame, so I got that done as fast as my freezing hands would allow.
Almost looks like an outhouse.
Once I finally had the walls cut, moved, and screwed in place, I had to run a quick errand. I'm in a spot in this journey where I really want everything to look clean and finished, and since the siding turned out so nice, it kinda seemed like an obvious choice. It took a day or two of horrible frigid hands, but at last the siding, as well as some lovely 1x4 trim, was up and finished. By now it was looking like a proper outhouse, and I've never lived in a property without one, so I know what I'm talking about. But a few major things still needed doing, and chief among them, the seat. piece of plastic roofing I got for this definitely wasn't enough, so unfortunately I had to put it on sideways. I'll fix that eventually, but it's fine for now. But mostly because the idea of going back to the hardware store again today physically pains me, so yeah, it's staying. But with the roof in place and the seat mostly done, all I needed now was a nice sturdy door. Armed with a bit more trim and a couple of 1x12s and a handful of screws, I made the final beautiful piece of my totally not overkill, completely immovable outhouse. Yeah, I didn't think about it at the time, but it's like 500 pounds of lumber now. It's not happening. I wanted to finish this video by, actually installing it, but I have some important finishing touches to do anyway, so I'll just save that for an upcoming video.
Now, I wanted to get this door entirely on before I finish this video, but I've been using this a lot, and yeah, it's not doing great. So that is just gonna get propped up there for the thumbnail, probably. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry about the lapse in video uploads again. It's just doing things outside like this, it's getting really cold. And doing anything outside is pretty difficult, especially when the camera keeps turning off because it doesn't want to be out in this weather, which makes sense. It's 1 below right now. Anyway, thank you so much again, and until next time, Photos Roofing. Have a good night. The sun is setting. It's not even noon.